And tomorrow, the sun will shine again, and on the path that I shall take, it will unite us happy ones again, amidst the same sun-breathing earth. And to the shore, broad and blue waved, we shall quietly and slowly descend. Speechless, we shall gaze into each other's eyes, and the mute stillness of happiness will sink upon us.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Expansive! Oh my goodness, well, hi. Hello. Did you know, I want one more time. Do that again. Yes, oh my gosh. And all I did was just walk out. You know, she's doing all the work. I mean, they did all the work. I just look pretty. Yes. Well, welcome to Expansive. This is our transgender and non-binary classical showcase, sponsored by Opera Parallel and the Transgender District for Transgender Month. So, put yourself. My name is Afrika America, and I'm going to be your hostess with the mostest all night long. Are we excited? Good. This is not, okay, hello, this is not your father's classical stuff, so we're going to hoop, holler, and have a good time, okay? Clearly. So now I'm going to bring the room down for 1 second. I got to do a little housekeeping here, so let's do that first, and then we're going to go back to fun. All right. To start with, we would like to acknowledge the original inhabitants of this land. We, the Transgender District and Opera Parallel, acknowledge that we are on the unceded ancestral homeland of the Ramaytush Ohlone, who are the original inhabitants of the San Francisco Peninsula. As the indigenous stewards of this land and in accordance with their traditions, the Ramaytush Ohlone have never ceded, lost, nor forgotten their responsibilities as the caretakers of this place, as well as for all peoples who reside in their traditional territory. As guests, say that one more time, guests, very good. We recognize that we benefit from living and working on their traditional homeland. We wish to pay our respects by acknowledging the ancestors, elders, and relatives of the Ramaytush community and by affirming their sovereign rights as First Peoples. We would also like to acknowledge all of you, all the wonderful community who has come together for this event, in particular our trans elders and transcestors who are with us tonight. This event is in part a partnership between the Transgender District and Opera Parallel designed to uplift the beauty and talents of the Transgender District and the gender diverse community around. So everybody put your hands together for all those lovely things. Yes. My name is Afrika America, your divalicious dream girl here in San Francisco. I'm going to be your hostess, as I said, throughout the evening, and then at the end of the evening, I'm going to steal the money out of your wallets. Because that's my job. They put me on the stage for a few things. They put me on the stage to be a fantastic host, connect you with the wonderful artists, but also, remember, this is a nonprofit organization, honey, and the arts are suffering, so guess what? It's time to dig deep in our pockets at the end of the night. Don't worry, you're gonna love me when I steal your money, I promise. You won't even know it. I'll even kiss you before I do it. Yes. All right. Are you guys ready for a great night? Perfect. To kick us off, please welcome the inaugural winner of the True Voice Award for transgender singers from the Washington National Opera, Katherine Goforth, with our amazing accompanist for the evening, Taylor Chan.
Thanks so much for being here. I just wanted to say a little bit about each of my pieces before I sing them. The reason I chose to sing this next song is from a set of 5 songs, and composers will title the song, but they'll also title the set of songs. And this one is called 5 Poems, not for a soprano or a mezzo or an alto, but 5 poems for a woman's voice.
Frühlingssonne aus dem Schnee die Blüten küsst, dass zur Negeronte Wonne sie der neue Tag begrüßt, dass sie wachsen, dass sie blühten, träumend spenden ihren Duft. Sanft an deiner Brust verglühen und dann sinken in die
Thank you. This next song it has a lot of words, and it's quite repetitive, and I don't have time to translate all of them for you, but the reason that I really like to sing this song and that I wanted to sing this song is because I discovered it during a really difficult time in my life, and I was living in Germany, and everything was going wrong, and I was like looking for reasons to stick around. And this song, Hoffnung, is the title is the German word for hope, and so it's a piece that's about hope for sort of humanity and everything. And anyways. Die Welt wird alt und wird wieder jung, doch der Mensch hofft immer Verbesserung. It's one of my favorite lines. Seasons come and go, but human beings always hope that things will get better.
Es reden und träumen die Menschen viel von besseren künftigen Tage, nach einem glücklichen goldenen Ziel sieht man sie rennen und jagen. Die Welt wird alt und wird wieder jung, doch der Mensch hofft immer Verbesserung, immer Verbesserung. Die Hoffnung führt ihn ins Leben ein, sie umflottet den fröhlichen Knaben, den Jüngling begeistert ihr Zauberschein, sie wird mit dem Greis nicht begraben. Doch beschließt er im Grabe den müden Leib löste die Hoffnung auf. Es ist kein Lehre, kein Schmeicheln der Wahn, erzeugt im Gehirne des Toren, im Herzen kündet es laut sich an, zu was Bessern sind wir geboren. Und was die innere Stimme spricht, das täuscht die hoffende Seele nicht, die hoffende Seele nicht.
The last piece of this set comes from an opera called If Only I Could Give You the Sun. It's a piece that my friend Drew Swatosh wrote, and it is a non-binary retelling of the myth of Icarus. And in this opera, at the end, instead of falling into the sea and dying, Icarus learns how to fly. This moment and all of this is mine. Everything, the sun, the heat on my skin, the light of its rays is mine. The moon that dances in step, luminous and glowing, and its power that manifests in waves is mine. The air that flows in and out of my lungs, and through every living creature and tree on earth is mine. This sky so open, so edgeless, it overwhelms the eye of every beholder. This sky that stretches so tightly around our world, it seeps into our dreams. This sky is mine, and I do not need a string to find my way, and I will fly as high as I want, and I will scream and bellow with joy, and laugh and plant my future in the wind, mutable, changing.
not know where I am going to fit into this or that. If all this is mine, you think you know how this story ends. You've seen the paintings of my body dipping into the violent ocean, never to be seen again. But this is not that. It will never be that. I will fall into joy. I will fall into life. And this gift of being alive on earth, in my very own body, is mine.
And ladies and gentlemen, Katherine Goforth with Taylor Chan. I told you it's going to be a beautiful night of classical music, but guess what? Again, not your grandfather's classical, right? Good. All right. Coming from Detroit, Michigan, my baby sister, right? Multidisciplinary artist and harpist. Put your hands together for the one and only Ahya Simone.
All right, now what up, though? What up, though? A big Detroit welcome. Once again, my name is Ahya Simone, all the way from Detroit, Michigan. How y'all feeling? Good, good. Okay, so just a slight amendment to the program. I figured since I came all the way here from Detroit, I figured I'd give you a little Detroit piece. Here's some Stevie Wonder. Y'all like that? Y'all like that? Y'all like that? Thank you so much. That was My Sharia Moore by the incomparable Stevie Wonder. These next two pieces are Toxi Lied and Sonnenscheinchen. I'm going to sing in German. This black German woman from the 40s was a really popular child actress in several German films. And I was tasked to do harp and vocal arrangements for some of her songs for an art project. And so here are those songs.
And put your hands together once again for my little sister from a different mister, the lovely Ahya Simone. She's about as big as my thigh child. Oh my goodness. She came up yesterday in her little costume, and then I said, I hate you. Don't stand next to me too close. No, that's not true. I actually love that little baby. She is so fabulous and so talented. I mean, yes. All right, coming back to the stage, firmly with their feet on the ground, put your hands together for Nikola Printz, accompanied by Taylor Chan.
breathe the air the way a woman breathes the air. And I love the way a woman loves. When they took my love away, I died the way a woman dies. I died the way a woman dies. I died the way I don't remember his face. I don't remember his name. I don't remember his love. But I remember I was a woman once.
So, you are an Adler Fellow
I am.
at SF Opera. So, yes?
Opera.
Tell us about how exciting that is, and tell me also, how are you maneuvering as a non-binary performer at SFO?
You know, it's a little tricky. It's exciting. I went to the Conservatory of Music. Shout out SFCM.
Yes!
I'm a hometown kid.
love that.
I'm born and raised in the Bay Area, and it feels really awesome to be a part of my hometown company.
Right.
That being said, you know, I am the first trans non-binary singer on their roster. So far, there will be more. There will be more. And so that obviously, you know, comes with its difficulties, you know, navigating this hegemonic world of opera. It took SF Opera 100 years. It's our centennial season. It took us 100 years to have an opera composed by a woman on that stage.
That's a little bit
Also,
long.
an opera composed in Spanish language on that stage.
So,
And
two
this-
milestones.
2 milestones. And this year alone, there'll be 3 operas on the War Memorial stage written by women.
That is awesome. Now, I know you perform with Opera Parallel, and you might be doing something coming up soon. And doesn't Opera Parallel do artists of other genders besides male, cis?
You know, they do. Funny we mention operas written by women. Opera Parallel has been a champion of... shout out for Opera Parallel, too, also, please. Thank you. Opera Parallel has been such a champion, especially like new and upcoming composers that happen to be women. And you are right in saying I will be doing a really awesome opera with Opera Parallel next April, written by Laura Cartman, called Balls.
Balls?
Yeah!
You said balls.
I said balls.
Ah.
And it's about the famous battle of the sexes with Billie Jean King and Bobby Riggs. I will obviously be playing Billie Jean King.
And I'll be playing Bobby Riggs. No, I won't.
But it feels really awesome to be able to portray queer icons in music.
Right.
Also, West Edge Opera is producing an opera about Claude Cahun, which is a famous West Edge Opera. A famous gender fluid artist from like the 1930s and 40s. So I think it is the first opera written about a non-binary person, like a gender fluid person, that I know of so far. So that will be very exciting.
That's gonna be very cool. And tell me, okay, everybody wants to know, when did you or how did you find out that you had the power and the balls to do opera on a trapeze?
Oh, it comes from boredom.
Okay.
I am never satisfied with any performance of mine. I always have to up the ante every time I do it. So I was a young artist with Opera Memphis in Tennessee.
Wow.
And they had an aerial studio perform at opera events. And I'm like, ooh, I should take some classes. And I should get buff and stuff. That would be really cute. And I was spinning on the lira, which is like the hoop that you hang on. And I was thinking to myself, I'm like, what if I sang like one of my, because I used to write music, what if I sang one of my own songs on this? And then a monster was born. A monster that capitalized upon their hobbies.
Which is good, we're not mad about that.
We're not mad about it, because I get to do with what I love, and I get to get paid for it.
Yes! Well, thank you so much. Put your hands together for Nikola Printz! My very own Wonder Person, because I love that name, Nikola Printz. It's like Diana Prince. Wonder Woman, yes. But that's Wonder Person, I love that. All right. Are you guys ready for some more beautiful and courageous art? Oh, well, let's welcome back to the stage Katherine Goforth with Taylor Chan.
Thank you. This next song also takes place under the moon. It's from the opera The Marriage of Figaro. And I don't know how familiar everyone in the audience is with opera or not, and there's not going to be a quiz, so that's totally fine. But, when I normally get hired to sing opera, I go into the space and I'm asked to sing a male role still. And that's becoming like more and more difficult for me as time goes on. So I'm looking for solutions to that. And one of the solutions is like, what does it look like when trans feminine singers in the classical music space just choose to perform music of female characters? So last night was the first time that I ever did that in public. It's tonight's second time. Thank you. Yeah. I was extremely nervous about that, to be honest. So it's kind of like there's the whole part of my training that's like, you shouldn't do that. And, so we're pushing back against that, and we're saying we make the space that we need.
al fin il momento che godrò senza farlo in braccio all'idol mio. Timide cure uscite dal mio petto, a turbar non venite il mio diletto. Oh, come parte all'amoroso fuoco l'amenità del loco, la terra, il ciel risponda.
Thank you so much. And this last piece is just a mashup of two folk songs, and it's the British version and then the American version sort of put together.
I will give my love an apple without e'er a cord. I will give my love a house without any door.
Put your hands again together for the lovely Katherine Goforth. Hi, Gorge.
Hi.
I'm loving this dress tonight even more.
Thank you.
Because I didn't get to see the color, because backstage
right.
it's blue.
That's right.
We're in blue light, so backstage it's blue. I saw the orange, but I like the color.
Thank you.
It's so cute. Oh my gosh. So, earlier this year, you won the True Voice Award for transgender singers from the Kennedy Center's Washington National Ballet, National Opera, not ballet,
No.
National Opera in Washington, D.C.
Absolutely not.
Not ballet? Why
No.
not? You don't have two left feet.
Actually, because my brother was a ballet dancer.
Oh, amazing. Okay, good. The National Opera in Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
Tell us about how it feels to win that prestigious award and how that has shaped your career right now.
I got to tell you, it feels like a huge responsibility.
Ooh.
And the people that I'm thinking about all the time are all of the other trans singers who are in this industry and who are trying to make their way also.
Right.
Because there are dozens that I know, so there are hundreds or thousands, I don't know how many people are out there, but there are many people, right? Either they're currently trying to make the career, or they're dreaming of it, or they're still kids. Anyways, so one thing that I've thought a lot about is like when one person can win an award, right? That can also model like some exclusion. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I've been thinking about that a lot and like, what does it mean to occupy this space? Because we never had this space before in this industry, right? So yeah, it feels like a huge responsibility and trying to figure out how to navigate that has been a lot. Yeah.
Well, take your time, navigate it as you do. Now, question. And we answered this last night. We're going to ask this tonight. How did you decide to audition for that award? It's a good story.
I mean, I just sort of saw it on the Yap Tracker application, and I was like, okay, I guess I'll go for this. But it was like it's a totally new award, and so I don't have expectations right about like what it was going to be. So I just did it.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Go forth.
That's right.
Right? Okay. So now you were in Europe doing the Faggots and Their Friends throughout. Between. I knew it was something of the
That's
Revolutions.
Right. That's
Look
right.
at me. Look at me in my program notes. Boy, that's why they hired me for the big money. You were talking earlier about being in the spaces and owning the spaces and and we're going to have this courageous conversation right now. So, darling, tell me how that experience was for you.
It was super painful.
Okay.
It wasn't, actually, the first meeting I had with them, I was like, what does a trans woman have to do with being a faggot? And talking about my journey and my personal identity and where I've come in that, and like someone who at one time was identifying with that word and like isn't anymore, and like that, it was your word and it's not your word. So anyways, there's like all this baggage that I felt like I was bringing into the room in the first place.
Okay.
And what does it mean, for example, this piece was performed not only at the Manchester International Festival, which is this amazing arts festival in Manchester, England, and all kinds of genres, right? But it was also performed at Aix-en-Provence, which is an opera festival in France, and it was performed at the Bregenzer Festspiele, which is an opera festival in Austria. So when I go into those spaces, it's like, maybe this is the first time a trans person was ever in there.
Right.
And what does that mean? And so from the first day of rehearsal, I'm like, what does it mean for me to be in this space? And that what I'm doing on the stage matters, right?
Right.
Because whatever I'm doing is making the space that people will be expected to occupy after me.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? So I'm coming in ready to have all of those conversations. They didn't happen.
Right.
Right, and I also think like when you're going to include trans characters, you need to do a little bit of like
homework.
Yeah, that's a good word for it.
Homework. I won't even say research because we're not going to go there. That's giving people too much credit. Homework.
Yeah. So they were just like, it's just hard. Like when it's a queer piece and you go in there and there's so much that you want to give and like you're not able to, and I don't know. I'm really grateful. Did I say this last night? I'm really grateful for all the queer people that show did reach. you know, and because there were people who I connected with every night after
Right.
every single performance
Right.
who were talking to me about the impact of that work and what it meant for them and how it spoke to their experience, you know,
Right.
and people who don't necessarily share experience with me. And that was really meaningful because, you know, I'm always worried that it's like, only people who can identify with my performance are people who shared an exact same experience, right?
Right.
And it's really important to me that like that's not the kind of work that we're making. So that was really moving to me for people to come up and be like, that spoke to me, and that's who I tried to, you know, perform this piece for when I went on stage.
See, so even though the experience for you personally was painful, you still did touch other people in a positive manner.
Right, and I think, you know, I'm just going to say one thing about that because I don't think that the suffering of artists is worth the enjoyment of audience.
Ooh, ooh. Well,
So
let the church say amen.
yeah, what
Okay.
I really believe that like there's no image that I can create on the stage that's more important than like a trans person living a happy life. Okay?
Right, exactly. And I think sometimes that we find, you and I were having this conversation, that we find that trans people are supposed to trot out and be the happy trans person. You know, I got this job in Pose. I'm happy that I got a job in Pose. I got this job on the stage with Upper Parallel, though we are very happy that we got this job with Upper Parallel because
right.
this actually is a very supportive and wonderful experience.
Absolutely.
But, you know, so I'm glad, because we want to make sure that we speak to the truth, y'all. We don't want to just sugarcoat and say, art is lovely, isn't it great? Because there are people I have friends in this audience, and we've gone back and we've had issues in our arts lives, and it's like, woo. So I just want to be clear that art is not always lovely. It is painful sometimes. And so thank you so much for speaking towards that pain.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you know what? Truth.
That's right. I think it's important, you know, especially for queer people, for all of us to be candid with each other and just be real about the experiences that we're having and not paint the picture like everything's so perfect, you know, just because you got your foot in the door, right? You got past the gatekeeper. There's a whole other, right? There's a whole other realm of problems in that room.
Right. So, I mean, so hopefully now that you've gone through that experience and those people have dealt with you, maybe in the future they will be better.
And it empowers me to be like, one of the things that I need to do is walk out of that room and go make my own room and invite other people into it.
There you
right?
go.
So
there you go.
Yeah.
You better preach. You feeling good now, don't you?
Yeah.
Yes, honey. Put your hands together for Katherine Goforth!
Thank
you. I love you. Yeah. All right. My baby sister's on our way back from Detroit, Michigan. Put your hands together again for the wonderful Ahya Simone!
Thank you so much. That was First There Best by Debussy, one of my favorite composers. So I'm gonna give you a little last piece. I'm gonna create a soundscape, a little improv. Let's see what happens.
Yes. The lovely Ahya Simone. All right, come on over here, Diva. Have a mic. Oh, you got your microphone. Good. You got your microphone?
Yes.
There you go.
Right.
See, testing, 1, 2, 3. Ah. Oh my gosh. So my gorgeous, you call yourself a silent siren and a multidisciplinary artist across music, across film, and across live performance. Tell me a little bit about that.
So it just kind of, I feel like it kind of naturally kind of emerged. So I started playing the harp. I'm primarily sound-based. So I started playing the harp when I was like 15. And first of all, I've been playing for like 15 years. Ooh, it's been a while. But I was classically trained, and then like I was playing I was playing classical music. I was in the Wind Symphony in college, and I realized I was just like, I was like, I don't think I'm gonna want to sit in a pit for the rest of my life and die in an orchestra seat. So I was just like, I graduated, and I was just like, I'm from Detroit, so I started like kind of just like figuring out how am I gonna like push the harp forward? What can I do? And I didn't see like a lot of representation around like harpists. I was like bringing the harp out of its classical context, and then I stumbled upon Alice Coltrane. Fun fact, it's so funny. I feel like so connected to Alice Coltrane because I think she died in 2007, January 2007. I started playing the harp 3 weeks after that, and so I always feel a huge connection to Alice Coltrane. She also likes to play in E minor, which is what I did my improv in. But anyway, all that to say, I started there, but seeing like Brandy Younger, Dorothy Ashby, Alice Coltrane in jazz, and it was just like, wow, this is so cool. I didn't even know harp could do jazz. And then I was just like, I started doing R&B, and then somehow I got connected with like Dream Hampton, the filmmaker, and she asked me to co-compose for one of her documentaries she was doing on Detroit. And that was kind of how I got into the film world, just like doing short film scores for a while. And so then I was like, I really like this. And then like 2017, I got a grant for first-time filmmakers making stories about Detroit that are from Detroit. And I created Film Queen Chronicles, which is a story about 4 Black trans women living in the city of Detroit. It was the first film that I ever did. It's a comedic short. It's online at fqchronicles.com. And check it out.
I love it when someone plugs their stuff. Good.
Yeah.
Again, where is that again? At where?
fqchronicles.com.
There you go.
It's a little 10 minutes. It's really easy. So I did a pilot, and so that was kind of like me moving into film. But when I would go to these film festivals and I would play the, screen the film, and then I got bored, and I was just like, wow, I need to figure out a way to blend my love of music, film, and moving image in live performance, because that way I could bring something different. So I made another short film that will be released maybe this year called Iridescence, and it's designed. It's a film that is designed to be live scored. So that way, every time I go and screen the film, I can perform with it. And so
work.
And I could change the music, I can change the music and do whatever I want so that I can still feel a part of that performance.
See, look at that entrepreneurship. Come on now. All right, so we know that you do a lot of improv in your playing, as we got to see in that last number. And you've got all these pedals and things down here. So tell us a little bit about like what's going on.
So the harp already has 7 pedals. It took me a while to learn just how to, and they have 3 slots: flat, middle, and flat, natural, and sharp. I said middle. So the way I had to learn it, I made this up in high school, is don't chew bacon. Everyone farts gas always. That's how you remember that. So that's how I learned how to manage those pedals. And now these electric pedals, I had seen people do loops and layers, and I was like, wow, this would be really cool to kind of like bring it furthermore, like outside of its classical context. And so I use a loop pedal so that I can layer my harp, and I sometimes connect a vocal mic to it so that I can sing and like create like these tapestries of like sound and voice and like a choir of myself live, which allows me just a lot more control over the sound and like my ability to improv, which is something that is a huge part of my work. And so it's 3 of those on here, but there might be 4 next time, whatever. But yeah, like that's kind of just like an insight of just like I have like 10 pedals now.
So in other words,
My feet's moving.
You're a mad scientist, and we love that.
Yeah.
We love a mad scientist.
A little kooky.
Yes, I love that.
Thank you.
What's next for you?
So I'm working on an EP called Neptune Blue,
Ooh.
which I will be releasing a few singles towards the end of the year. The EP is really is about what Neptune represents in astrology, which is the act of like merging with the collective, getting lost in a thing, like getting lost in like a conversation with a friend or playing a piece of music or, all of those moments that are like intimate, but the liminal space between two things, whether you stay or go in a relationship, whether, that space that's always uncertain that we can't quite grasp, but we so desperately want, that and so eclectically elusive.
I love that. I love that.
So that is what Neptune Blue is about. And so it's a combination of ambient R&B with some jazz leanings. And hopefully next year after releasing that, I'll be releasing a full album.
Yes.
So stay tuned. Ahya Simone on all streaming platforms.
Right. Check her out on all streaming platforms, as she said. Again, put your hands together for Ahya Simone. And now, welcome back to the stage for her final little set. It's Nikola Printz with the lovely Taylor Jan.
J'ai vu passer
Thank you. So that song was a little ditty I like to call Vianelle. And what it has in common with the next song is that both of these people who composed these tunes wrote them when they were teenagers. So that was Eva Dell'Acqua. She was a composer in the 19th century, and she wrote music purely for the purpose of showing off her voice, showing what she could do. I respect that. I would do that too. And the song is about the wistful, beautiful feeling of letting your lover go because you know it's right. You know it's what must be done. Funnily enough, Lush Life by Billy Strayhorn is kind of the same thing. They kind of give me, you know, drinking an espresso martini in the airport while you're waiting for your plane, thinking about the tryst that you just ended and you're going on to the next thing. But oh, is this what life is all about? Is life always just going to be a series of martinis in airports? Espresso martinis, specifically. But this is Lush Life. It's one of my very favorite songs of all time, and I hope you enjoy it. I used to visit all the very gay places, those come what may places, where one relaxes on the axis of the wheel of life to get the feel of life from jazz and cocktails. The girls I knew had sad and sullen gray faces with distinct gay traces that used to be there. You can see where they've been washed away by too many through the day 12 o'clock tales. Then you came along with your siren song to tempt me to madness. I thought for a while that your poignant smile was tinged with the sadness of a great love for me. Ah, yes, I was wrong. Again, I was wrong. Now life is lonely again, and only last year everything seemed so sure. Now life is awful again. A truffle of hearts could only be a bore. A week in Paris will ease the bite of it. All I care is to smile in spite of it. I'll forget you, I will, while yet you are still burning inside my brain. Romance is mush, stifling those who strive to live a lush life in some small dive. And there I'll be while I rot with the rest of those whose lives A week in Paris will ease the bite of it. All I care is to smile in spite of it. I'll forget you, I will, while yet you are still burning inside my brain. Romance is much stifling those who strive to live a lush life in some small dive. And there I'll be while I rot with the rest of those whose lives are lonely too. Lonely too. Lonely too. Lonely too.
Thank you so much, Nikola. Beautiful. Oh my goodness, you all, we still got more show, I promise. Only a little more show, but we got some more show. It is my great honor to welcome to the stage our leaders of both organizations that have produced this wonderful night. From Opera Parallel, our general and artistic director, Nicole Paymont, and our artistic producer and community director, Daniel Harvey, and from the Transgender District, Carlo Gomez Ortega. Please welcome them.
Thank you so much, everyone. Boy, that's bright. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. And I have to say that hearing these singers now for the third time, I can, every time I hear them, I think, what a great opportunity for us to have them on that stage in San Francisco. So an applause to these amazing artists that we have. And they will be back on the stage with us. I just want to say Opera Parallel is a company that really believes that music has the power to bring communities together. And definitely this kind of performances tonight really show that we are able to collaborate with wonderful people in our community and really dig deep into getting a connection. So thank you very, very much for the Transgender District for collaborating with us on this. And, you know, in order for art form to stay alive, they have to keep the pulse of the day. And this tonight was definitely showing that we are trying to keep the pulse of today. So thank you, and please join us. Those of you who are first-time comers to an Opera Parallel Transgender District event, please come again.
Good evening. Thank you so much for coming out tonight. My name is Carlo Gomez Arteaga, and I'm one of the new executive directors, co-executive directors at the Transgender District. We are so happy, honored, and incredibly ecstatic to be collaborating with Opera Parallel, and also to be kicking off Transgender Month here in the city of San Francisco and County of San Francisco. We want to make sure that artists like these have spaces, create spaces, innovative artists like these have spaces to be able to flourish, but also inspire others. And so this wonderful collaboration is just one of many of the projects that we're working with, place-based projects. If you have any questions about our future events, please speak to Sam Favela, who was incredible in organizing this with our entire staff. We are so excited to be with you tonight and hope to bring it to you again next year.
And thank you. And this would not have happened without the very hard work of my colleague, Daniel Harvey. So let's last word, Daniel.
Thank you so much. It's such an absolute pleasure to be able to create these kind of spaces of joy and celebration at a time when, as we all know, there are the LGBT community is under attack in this country. But when we started talking about this event this year, we really wanted to make sure that we were creating a space of celebration and joy, particularly for the trans community, which is bearing the brunt of so much of the attack that is happening. And so we're so proud as a company, and I'm personally so proud that I get to work for a company that celebrates that and creates those spaces that we get to stand alongside the Transgender District and create these spaces for you, for the community to come together and celebrate with music and to celebrate these incredible artists. Like, these people, they blow me away every time they step onto the stage, and so we're going to keep doing that. Keep making these spaces. Keep bringing these people to this stage and to the city. And thank you so much for coming out to support this. And yes, we'll be back next year, and can't wait. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. All right, it's that time. I told you I was going to steal your money, didn't I? Yes, pull your phones out. That's that time. We're going to have a social media moment. Yes. You're going to go to operaparallel.org, operaparallel.org. Click on their donation page and donate $20. If everybody in this audience donates $20, that's fantastic. You're also going to go to the Transgender District. That's transgenderdistrict.com. Look at me. I worked on this since yesterday, so I'm really good now. Transgenderdistrict.com. Go to their donation page and also donate $20. If we donate $20 to each of those, that's only 4 cups of coffee at Starbucks. You're going to be fine. That's 2 drinks at a bar. You're going to be fine. I don't know. That's not even a dinner in San Francisco, because we all know that's not a dinner in San Francisco. So let's just be real. That's half a meal. That's the appetizer and a cocktail. All right, hey, and not even the tip. Oh my God, not the tip. Just the tip. All righty. Thank you all so much for the donation. Before we leave tonight, would you like to see the artists one more time in the finale? Hold on. Let's see that again. Would you like to see the artists one more time in the finale? Then welcome back the artists of Expansive.
It's been 7 hours and 15 days since you took your love away. I go out every night and sleep all day since you took your love away. Since you've been gone, I can do whatever I want. I can see whoever I choose. I can eat my dinner in a fancy restaurant. nothing can take away these blues, 'cause nothing compares, nothing compares to you. It's been so lonely without you here, like a bird without a song. Nothing can stop these lonely tears from falling. Tell me, baby, where did I go wrong? I can put my arms around every boy I see, but they'd only remind me of you. I went to the doctor and guess what he told me? Guess what he told me? He said, boy, you better try to have fun no matter what you do. But he's a fool, 'cause nothing compares, nothing compares to you. Oh, the flowers that you planted, Mama, in the backyard, all died when you went away. I know that living with me, baby, was sometimes hard, but I'm willing to give it another try. 'Cause nothing compares, nothing compares to you. I said nothing compares, nothing compares to you. Nothing compares, nothing compares to you. I said nothing compares, nothing compares to
Ahya Simone, Katherine Goforth, Nikola Printz, Taylor Chan, and I'm Afrika America. Oh my goodness. Oh, come on now. I didn't forget tonight. See, look, there's flowers tonight. Oh my goodness. Again, thank you to Opera Parallel and the Transgender District. We're gonna take one more bow. Meet us in the lobby afterwards for a free drink. And remember to donate. We love you. Thank you for coming tonight. Have a great evening.